Hello guys, thanks for joining us for another Kickstarter preview. Today we're having a look at the game of the Island of El Dorado. So as this is a preview and it's coming to Kickstarter soon, this game is obviously in prototype form is what we have here, so keep that in mind. What we're going to do is we're going to run through the basics of the game. We're going to show you the components that would come with the game, the basic rules overview, and then we're going to show you how the game plays. And talking about that, the people I have with me, I'm obviously Jason, and I have Carla and Swampy.
Hello.
So we're going to do a 3-player game, and we're going to get started. So to begin with, each person starts with, let me get a little fluff first. We are old world countries, so I'm playing Stella the Adventurer from Italy. Carla's playing Pedro
the Conquistador.
So Pedro the Conquistador from Spain.
Hector the Corporal.
Hector the Corporal from France. And there's a couple more that will be coming with the game, but these are the 3 we've chosen. The information that it gives you obviously tells you who you are, and each person will have a pawn representing them, and I'll get back to that in a second. It also tells you your special abilities. So Stella is pretty quick; she gets +1 speed, and then these tells you what buildings cost. So each have farms, villages, forts, offerings, and army movement. That's represented by these tokens over here. And I'll go through them in a second. So we all start with 1 resource each, which is gold, food, and wood. And on our turn, it's very simple. First thing you do on your turn is roll the dice. So these 2 here, you roll them, and this will tell you what you're going to do that turn. So for example, if you've played maybe Jamaica, this will give a similar feeling to that. I can either use this for movement or resource gathering, or this one for movement or resource gathering. So, for example, on the first turn, I might use this one just to gather some wood, because we're on a wood tile. I explore, chops down some wood, I take a wood from the pile, and then I'll have 6 movement. Movement is pretty simple. I choose where I'm going, so for example, I'm going to go there, I take a tile from the stack, and add it like that. Now, the reason I've flipped it over like that, so I'm going to show you the back of the book anyway first. There's 3 types of terrain tiles. You got food, gold, and wood. And then you have also water tiles. Water tiles are impassable, so if that was a water tile, I would bounce back, but still use one up my movement to do that. And the reason why we're exploring the island of El Dorado is because we're looking for these shrines. So on the island itself, there are 3 shrines. When you find a shrine, you get your explorer next to it. You pay 2 food, 2 wood, 2 gold, and you can build one of these little offerings on the shrine itself, which will increase your explorer's strength. So your explorer starts at strength 1. And now, by building a shrine, he moves to strength 2. Oh my goodness. The reason why you're building these offerings to the shrine is because the first person to collect all 4 shrines on the island will then win the game. 3 of them are on the island itself, and 1 of them is in the cave. Now, in this deck over here is somewhere the cave entrance. And we have another deck to the side here, which is the cave tiles. And when we get to that during the gameplay turn, I'll explain more about that. But suffice to say, is you then explore through the cave, trying to find the 4th tile. In the cave itself, you'll have, that's the cave entrance, then just generic nothing tiles that are in the cave, and then you might find thieves, giants, or tigers down there as well. On the island, we're also able to find some garden tiles, which are basically wild tiles that produce any resource. So, yeah, when your explorer is moving out, you can only attach, except for the very first tile, you can only attach hexagons attaching to 2 others, and then of course you can keep going building out. When you've explored far enough, let's say for example the island is explored like that a bit, and my explorer's moved over there, and let's say this is a gold and 2 food tiles, I can build a farm for 1 wood and 1 gold in the middle like that, which in itself does nothing, but when you build a farm, it allows you to build workers next to it, where they can generate resources during the gather phase. So for example, if I'd rolled the 6's gather, and this was a food and a gold tile, and I'm standing on wood, say over there, I could split it 2 each, or 3 food and 2 gold and 1 wood, or whatever the case may be, what I need. So they allow you to generate food from other tiles. The other building you can build is a fort. A fort allows you to build workers next to it, or in this case they'll be soldiers. But the fort also increases the strength of the tiles around it by 4. So if I had a battle, say I was over there and Swampy decided to attack me for a suicide run, I would be 1 strength, he'd be 1 strength, but my fort would be giving me an extra 4 strength. So that means I'll be rolling 5 of these special dice. They are basically blank with dots on to represent damages. And Swampy would be rolling 1 dice. So this, as I said, a suicide run. As I roll that, I've got 6 hits, and he's rolled 2. So I would have defeated him. And when your explorer dies, that's really, really bad. And in this case, I could then put him anywhere on the board I wanted to. But if he had built any shrines, I would have to put him adjacent to a shrine he's already built. And I get to take all his resource cards. So if you defeat someone's explorer, you can take all their resource cards. And that's pretty much it. We keep going, exploring and building stuff until we have enough resources to collect all 4 shrines. And that's when the game ends. So we'll get started. We'll start building a few turns. And we'll come back to you in a few minutes' time. When we've explored a bit more and the game is a bit evolved. And then we can show you how the gameplay flows. Back in a sec. Okay, so we've had a few turns. Just to give you a quick update of how it's gone. We've had 2, maybe 3 turns each. Carla's done really well. She's found some really good stuff. She really rolled high for her on her dice. So she's got good movement, good resources, and she's found the right combinations as well. She's got both of her farms out, some villages out. She's moved out that way. Swampy, on the other hand, has moved out this way with low movement points, but he's found 2 of the shrines so far right next to each other as well, and he's stuck a farm out over there. I, on the other hand, even with my +1 movement, has rolled really low and kept finding friggin' water. So water's impossible. I've just found this little strait going off nowhere, and obviously I don't want to put my farms anywhere down here because I don't want to generate nothing. So that's where I'm stuck at the moment. So it's Swampy's turn now, as he was the first player. So the first thing he's going to do is roll the 2 dice. So he's got a 6 and a 4. So he can now choose. Does he want? The options he has is he can take. He's on a food resource over there, and his dude's on next to a farm on wood there. So he could split. If you're choosing the 4 as gather.
4 gather.
So you can do 4 food or 4 wood or 2 wood, 2 food, etc., etc.
6 move.
What did you choose? 4 food.
4 food and 6 move.
Okay. So first move, he's moving into there to find. And he found water anyway. So you'd obviously took a gamble there, hoping that he could get a different resource.
2.
But obviously he's found water.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of water.
3.
There's some wood. You can also interrupt your turn at any point to build stuff or do whatever.
What's that?
That is the cave entrance. Right, so that leads to this. So I'm going to put that off to the side here. That costs 1 movement point. So, for example, if you went there for 1, you're basically there. And you can obviously then explore in the cave to find the shrine that's underneath there.
Well, he is there now, isn't he?
I'm there.
Oh, actually, yeah, you are there. So, but you can stay. Why it's relevant? You're there or there.
And you can choose
to carry on exploring on the island or go deeper into the cave.
I'm gonna carry on the island.
Okay.
5. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
6.
Makes sense to have a cave surrounded by water.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, so that's the end of your movement.
What's more ridiculous is that we can't get to it.
Why not?
Because we can't move on the shrines. We can't get through the water. We have to go through.
Me.
Yeah, so we have to destroy your farm to get through to the underground section. Oh man, that's so annoying.
I'm gonna get another villager down there quick. Can I have more than 1 villager in a square?
Yes, yes.
But then I've got like no more. Can I take them off later on?
No, unless we beat the shit out of them. So as you can see, that's how the map is unfolded. Quite interesting. That obviously with the exploration type game, the map unfolds differently every time you play it. This is the first time I've seen the shrines right next to each other as well. The water's always...
Are there more shrines?
There's 1 more shrine.
So you can only get to that through me.
Yeah, unless for some reason Carla can build a thing that goes all the way around.
I am going to do that because that is longer and more detrimental to me than just moving through here.
Are we moving left?
No, you got no moving left.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
So unless you're trying to block me,
There's another water
which,
colour there.
Yeah.
yes, that would be the
All right,
downside.
Carla, it's your go. 5
Okay.
and 1. So I don't know if I mentioned Swampy's special abilities. He gets an extra worker. We all get 4 workers. He's got 5. I get extra movement. And Carla, what is your special ability?
I get +1 strength on my
Oh
explorer.
yes, she's the fighty explorer, which I think is really good. So she can, for example, she can generate either a gold or a food or a wood. If she uses the 1 or 5, she can do a combination.
Does a fort need workers?
No.
So if I build a fort on... Forts go on the corners here.
Yeah.
So does that put 4 strength in each of them?
Yeah.
So anyone moving into them squares
So-
has to fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, and then 2. 3.
Getting all the gold.
Yeah. Well, she finds everything except
Yeah.
water, and we find all the water.
All the water and the wood.
Yeah.
4. I found the, I don't know, something aplenty. Is that the other shrine? Or is
No,
that...
that's a garden. The garden is basically if you have a worker or explorer there, and you generate resources, you can generate any resource you want. It's a wild.
Okay. So how much did I just move?
You were there.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4,
So you got 1 movement point left.
5.
That's interesting.
And then no, okay. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. So you're not building anything or doing anything else?
No.
Okay, so my turn.
Can I only build where my explorer is, or can I build where my people are?
Yeah, I think you can build basically where you have presence. So you could build, like, the only thing you can build left is a fort. So you could build a fort adjacent to one of these areas or where your explorer is. I'm not sure what the benefit of that would be yet until the circumstance comes up. Anyway, let's go. My turn. 6 and 2. So I'm going to take 2 wood as my resource. Can you pass me 2 wood, please, Sophie? So I'll add that to my pile of wood already. And then I've got 7 movement because I get +1 speed. So for my first, where else can I go? I need to try and. This is so annoying. I'm gonna go here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna go there, which is more wood. And then I'm gonna go adjacent to that over here for my second movement, which is some gold. So that's 2. I'm going to go there for my third one, which is more water. Of course it is. I'm going to go which is more gold.
We gold this side.
That's 4. And I'm going to go there for 5, which is more gold. I did shuffle this, I promise. I'm going to go for 7. Ooh, I found a garden.
6 now.
6 rather. And I got 1 more moving point. It's going to go over there. What I'm trying to do is find the other shrine really far away from you lot. But that did not happen. But that is not terrible. So I've done my 7 movement. I am actually going to build something. And I'm going to build a farm.
You realise you have to come back from there then?
I know, I got +1 movement. So I'm hoping that'll work in my favour. So I'm going to spend a gold and a food to build a farm over there. And then I'm going to spend 1 food to build that there. And another food to build that there.
Brilliant.
Can I just ask you something? Why?
Why what?
Are you trying to block it off? Because that Garden of Plenty gives you any resource.
You
so...
still have to generate from it.
No, I mean...
No, what I mean is when you
you can have
when you roll the dice.
food and gold.
Yeah, but you
You
have to
can-
have someone there. It's not just giving it to you for
Yeah,
free.
but I'm not debating the.
Yeah, so I've got basically all 3 there, what I need. So he's going to generate, he can generate food, he can generate gold, and that one can generate anything, but out of the 3 that I need there is wood, so. And I suspect that what's quite annoying as I spread all the way out here, someone else is going to find that. Sophie's going to find the friggin' tile down there. Yeah. So that'll end my turn. So back to you, Sophie.
2 and 2.
So would you like? What resources would you like? You can get 2 of any type.
Food, I think.
Well, actually, you can't get
Can't have any
gold.
type.
Yeah.
Gold.
But don't forget, you can trade any 5 resources for 1 type of resource. So there's gonna be water. No.
Better be gold. 1, 2. Actually, you don't want them. Yeah. 2.
By going into the same spot, you automatically now.
There's the freaking shrine. Can you believe it? Miles away from me. Absolutely freaking miles.
What I want to do.
By entering the same spot as him, I'm automatically
Initiating combat. Yeah. But obviously, neither of you can move into the shrine. Don't say anything. Okay. You've used all your movement, you gain all your resources, you're not building anything. Don't forget you can trade 5 for 1 if you want to.
Yeah, but it doesn't really help me.
And you can also trade freely with anyone. So for example, if you give me, what are you looking for? Wood?
Gold.
Gold? Well, I don't have gold, so I can't help you. I've only just found gold.
Yeah, me too.
And I was going to extort you as well. You'd have to give me like 3 food for 1 gold.
You can do one.
It's better than the 5 for 1 trade.
Yeah, I'm not that mate. Not happening.
Alright, call it. 2 and a 1.
Okay. I'm gonna get 2 resources.
Which 2?
2 food, I think.
Just stick those back in the piles. It's my spent stuff.
And
then you
then
got 1
I'm
movement.
going to 1 movement. So, to build the shrine, is that part of your movement?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I can move and then build if I
Yeah.
wanted to.
Just be adjacent.
So I'll move there.
Be adjacent, I think.
Yeah, you have to be adjacent to it.
That's why you're screwed. Because you're over there.
Yeah, I'm miles away.
Oh well, this is not. I don't even know if I. That's all that's left.
Yeah.
So I can never make it around.
You can. There's 3 tiles left, and you need 3 tiles to get
1,
around.
2.
But I'm not building those.
I know.
You are building the next.
I'm not
one.
going to build anymore. Why would I build outwards? I need to get to the shrines.
I would.
No, because I have to fight through you then.
No, I'm going to do it to her, so she gets cut off and can't get to the shrines.
Well, then I'm going to come fight you.
Bring it.
We all have to fight you.
Now fighting's going to come into it. You said, I want to be the one initiating attacks. It wasn't me. You lot.
I'm going to build a.
So that costs you 2 of each resources.
So 2.
She's quite pokey now because she's strength 2 basic. Now by building that, she's strength 3.
Ah. Don't want that anywhere near me.
Yeah, she's quite pokey. Anything else? No, you can only build those next to buildings. So next to farms or forts.
Actually, I can actually build it there.
There, yeah. She's building up, man. You've poked the bear now. So it's me now. 4 and 1. Right, well, that's annoying. I'm sick and tired of rolling 1s on my turn. Okay, so what am I going to do? This is the resources I'm holding in my hand currently. If I use the 4, I have 5 movement, which gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can only move the other dudes with gold. I don't have any gold. So I'm going to use this 4 as my resources, which will be 2 gold and 1 food. No, 2 gold. I'm going to take 2 food as well, because then I'm going to spend 1 of those food, so I'll just chuck that back to build another duty. And actually, I'll build him over there, and then I'll spend my 2 movement to go doosh doosh to there, and that's me done. So it's back to you, Swampy. Now, I would probably normally switch off here and let us finish off the game to come back, but I want to see what you're going to do on your turn. So let's have a look.
Rubbish.
1 and a 2.
I'll take 2 gold.
Okay, so you got 1 movement.
I only really got to explore once to stop that coming round. Explore out this way.
Okay.
Oh, another gold.
Is that your turn done?
No, I can build. Do I want a farm? So a fort would block all 3 of them squares, right?
It doesn't block it. We can still move in there and fight it.
You have to fight.
Yeah, and it's strength 4. Have you got 4 gold?
I can get 4 gold.
Does fighting interrupt your movement? In other words,
Yes.
would you stop and that would be the end of
Yes.
it?
As soon as you move in, you initiate combat.
But you couldn't then continue finishing your movement after that.
No.
What about a farm?
What about it?
If I had a farm here, because you basically got to move through that square, and I had 3 guys on there, that'd be what?
A farm
fight
does
for it.
nothing. A farm
Yeah,
is
farm
just
does
a
nothing,
building.
but if you had, say, your dude on that side, that would be the...
But I could load it with 3 guys.
The farm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be defense free.
Yes.
So I'm going to do 1 gold and 1 wood.
Mm-hmm.
I'll build a farm there. No, actually, you can build it there.
No, because you have
You
to be adjacent to one
No.
of your...
I'll build it
so
there.
that's your
Okay.
dude.
And then I will throw down 3 villagers. There.
Anything else?
So what was it? Did I do? Yeah. How much gold did I spend just now? I had 2.
You spend 1 to build a farm.
I think I did that. I got 1 on the... And then I can spend 1 gold on army movement.
Yep.
I'll move that one into there.
Okay.
Actually, no. Move that one into there.
Okay. Is that you done?
Yeah.
Alright, Carla, what are you doing? So roll the dice.
Yeah.
Generate some
like-
resources. 6 and 1.
It's interesting.
Well, there's only 1 tile to explore now. I bet you it's water. Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, so I think probably best off taking a resource. So I'll take a gold
Okay.
and I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a technical question, which isn't something I want to do, but I just want to clarify how the spacing works with this. So I can say build a fort here, or here. I guess here. But can I build, if I was here, could I build it there as it is touching his space?
No, I don't think you can.
Okay.
You can't build on adjacent tiles occupied by opponents' forts.
Oh,
But you can actually. Yeah, you can actually. You can build a fort there. You can't build. You can build forts adjacent to farmhouses, but can't next to other forts.
okay.
Oh man, I'm fighting an uphill battle. Yeah.
I'm gonna move him in there just in case Swampy has
Ideas.
plans. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
In
stop
my
there
turn.
because I'm running out of space anyway. So we'll be back at the end of the game, or maybe it's exciting points. Who knows? We'll be back. Okay. So we finished off the game. I'll get back to who won in a minute. Let's just show you the rest of the map. Actually, Todd, Swampy, take away that tile that you put there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't nice.
So that's how the map ended. Swampy eventually went into the cave and got beat up a giant and then got mugged by some hoodies and then found the grail. And as you can tell by that, Swampy won. Well done, Swampy.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. The reason you won is because we couldn't get through shit.
Bottlenecked.
You basically put up a hell of a defense, yeah, and the shrines and stuff just couldn't get through. I mean, Carlo had a go. She jumped into there, I think, and she rolled 7 dice and rolled 6 blanks and a 1.
No, 6 dice. Still only 6 dice.
Yes.
5 blanks and a 1.
5 blanks and a 1, which meant she dies. And when you die, all your dudes die, and your explorer gets kicked to the nearest shrine, and only one was down there, so she had to go all the way back there.
And I can't get this way around. I have to go back
all the way
through
around
the impossible terrain, and I have no resources
so
either.
And no meeples as well, because they all went in for the fight. So it was basically, that was her out of the game. And then Swampy moved off to go to the cave. So I jumped in with my posse of 4 guys and rolled 4. Swampy rolled 5, and that was me dead as well. So I went all the way back to my starting position with no meeples, no resources, because you get all the resources when your explorer dies. And so for the next 3 or 4 turns, me and Carla just slowly trundled back up to our positions while Swampy explored the cave and found the grove. You beat up a giant easily, which is the giant's strength 4, the thieves are strength 3, and he got beat up by the strength 3. And where's that pile of cards? Oh, did you put it back already?
Yeah, like a wedge of cards.
Yeah, like a wadge like this of card resources that he didn't need, just that's sitting there. Anyway, that's the island of El Dorado. If you like what you see and you want to go back it, this comes to Kickstarter, I think, at the end of August. I'll put a link below when it goes live. If you want to check more, you can check, obviously, type in the island of El Dorado on Facebook or Board Game Geek, and you can see more and talk to the designer. And thanks for watching, and happy gaming. Say goodnight, guys.
Bye.
Bye.